But for those who are just really enjoy collecting, whether this is a chase or not, and just want a cool replica, I so highly recommend buying the most boring Tomica Limited Vintage you can find, and you'll see how endearing it is and how much you'll enjoy it. Let's go to a couple of other boring cars, so to speak. Hello, everybody. This is a Lamley unboxing. Unmarked typically means Tomica Limited Vintage from Japan Booster. I have two, so that would mean most likely June and May that I haven't opened up. I have no idea which box this is. I guess I could look at the date on the label. May 28th. So this is most likely the May mix from Japan Booster, actually the Tomica Limited Vintage May mix. So let's open it up. And I'm just getting, I mean, now that I actually have some space, I'm not traveling as much, I can actually get through some of this stuff, and I've been very excited to do it. So this is what it looks like when it comes from Japan Booster, and it's all wrapped in bubble wrap. There's the box that can go. Here's bubble wrap that can go. Wow, we got a lot. We've got a lot. I will probably spare you from all of the opening, you know, because Japan Booster does send everything in these very nice, protective, clear boxes. And so let's just get through them. Actually, let's just get through what everything is. We've got, see, I have to read in Japanese. So obviously Tomica Limited Vintage. That's a Skyline. That's a Prince Skyline race car. We'll get to that one. Very excited about that. This is the iconic number 39 Prince Skyline race car. You can see right there. We'll get to that one. We've got an NSX R from Neo, from the Limited Vintage Neo line. So the NSX R, I assume this is well, this is just an NSX. So we have an R and an NSX, 1998, 1992 NSX-R and a 1998 NSX. We'll see what the differences are there. We have a diorama set. I tend to not open these up. But this is a, what are we looking at here? It's entirely in Japanese, so I don't know what kind of, it's licensed, but what kind of garbage truck that is. So put that over here. We've got from the, boy, everything, sometimes they have it written out. This one has little in English for me to read, and so whoever wants to translate some of this stuff, and I don't have, obviously I open and I go for it. This is from one of the TV shows, and I don't know what car that is either. My goodness, this is all very Japanese. Usually there's something written out, but look, everything is in Japanese. This is a Diacoli 64. This is a flea market with a van, and I'm trying to see what van it is. Am I not seeing? I mean, this is different. This is different. All right, well, we'll put that over here. Now, we have these, the cars. We'll open all these up. Maybe what I'll do is cut away, get everything out of the package so that we can, so this video is not 35 minutes of me opening stuff. But at least you can see what is in the May. This is, Tomica Limited Vintage releases a series of models. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in May. Sometimes it's as low as 6. Sometimes it's as many as this. This is all in Japanese. Well, okay, there we go. Subaru Sambar Dias Classic. And it looks like this is E and F. So these have been around. So these are the Subaru Sambar vans. We've got another van. Okay, so this van, whatever this van is, will probably match this diorama set. Put that right here. This is the Nissan Homie long light van. That's kind of cool. Look forward to opening that up. And then we have two these Glorias. Oh, a Nissan Cedric and a Gloria. SEMA Type 2 Limited and SEMA Type 2S. The Gloria and the Cedric are, I think, essentially the same silhouette, but it's a little different. All right, I'm gonna get the cars out of here, and then we'll we'll cut back and we'll just walk through all of them. All right, we did it. Opened up everything. We'll get these on the turntable so you can see them, but we'll go through these very quickly. Got all the cars, with the exception of the 2 diorama sets. And I don't know why. I just sometimes you pop those and the figures get all over the place, but you'll get a representation. You won't get a representation of the garbage truck, but you'll get everything else. And we can start with the van in this diorama set. This is like this appears to be like a vendor, yeah, like maybe a vendor, a clothing vendor or something like that, or maybe some sort of like garage sale or something. But here is the van, Nissan Homie long light van. I think this is so this is probably a new casting, and we've started to see some opening features on these. As I always say, oh, we got something to move. These are always done in scale. So here is this van. Well, before we put it on, I'll show you that they've got opening parts. Even the spare tire has a rubber tire on this one, but they've added this little piece of cardboard so that the door doesn't just keep swinging open. So take that little piece of cardboard out, and now you can actually open it up, and it has that whole sliding function there, which is awesome. So now you can look inside, give it a pretty decent close-up here. Like a family van, I guess, like a transport van. So when you close it, you can see it just kind of slides right in. And oh, and it has an opening tail as well. Yeah, so a little cargo area. So yeah, it could be like, I guess you could say it's like a vendor's van, right? I mean, hence the little diorama that they've done. Fabulous car. Okay, so I almost want to use this term endearingly. These are the boring cars, right? Tomica Limited Vintage does boring cars. They do a lot of exciting cars. We'll get to those NSXs and other things here in a second. But they do boring cars, and I love this about them. And I always recommend anybody who loves, I know I play the hype game, but as well, I mean, anything, a Hot Wheels chase, a really cool Kaido, kind of, I shouldn't say it's all hype, but there are certain cars, certain brands, certain elements that really get us all excited. You almost don't even have to like cars, but for those who are just really enjoy collecting, whether this is a chase or not, and just want a cool replica, I so highly recommend buying the most boring Tomica Limited Vintage you can find, and you'll see how endearing it is and how much you'll enjoy it. Let's go to a couple of other boring cars, so to speak. This is the Cedric and then Gloria. We've got the SEMA, I hope it's SEMA, Type 2 Limited, and then the Type 2S. So we'll do the Limited and the S first. So here's this is the Limited. This is the Cedric. I mean, come on. I don't know what year. Does it say? Sometimes it says, and sometimes I can filter through the information and try and get a sense of what year this is, but it doesn't. I don't see it. Maybe 88, maybe 1988. That's boxy enough for 1988, I think, and not round enough maybe for the 1990s. But yeah, this is your most boring sedan. It's just a boring sedan. It could be modified. Cedrics have been modified into some crazy stuff, but this is very much a stock, boring version of what appears to be a late 80s sedan. And I love it. But this is everything. I love it. I get the entire batches. I don't know what I would do if I walked in and these models are on the shelf of what I pick out, but I would hope that I would say, all right, I'm getting the NSXs, I'm getting the Prince Skylines, but I'm going to pick up a Gloria or I'm going to pick up a Cedric because look how awesome they are. The Type 2S might be the nicer, it seems a little sportier, right? Maybe was the Gloria like an upgraded Cedric? Almost like, I don't know, like Lexus to Toyota or something like that? Or Infiniti to Nissan? I don't know. Seems like it. All right, there are those two boring cars. And then over here, Subaru Sambar. I don't know if you'd call this boring. You definitely call it cute. It's tiny. compared to the Nissan Homie van. But the Subaru Samba is a tiny van. Sambar. There's the Samba and the Sambar. This is the van. So we have another little piece of cardboard. We'll go ahead and pull that one out. And looks like you can see that same lever. And whoop. There's a crazy amount of detail. And of course, it slides right back in. It's like, look how flush that is. I bet you could look at that and not know that it was an opening part, because it looks just like the other side, which is not an opening part. This thing is so tiny. Sambar van. 2 of them. There's the second one. Pull that piece of cardboard out. Go nice and close. The details are just incredible. And I say this every time, right? Little transport van, little utility van. I think they were used for everything. Would you call that a key car? It's small enough to be one, but I don't know if vans are qualified. Maybe they did. Not totally sure, but there's someone out there who can answer that. All right, let's go to the Prince Skylines. Does this one have an opening part? So here it is, number 39. We've talked a lot about this car. Tomica Limited Vintage actually did a version of this years ago, but I think this is an updated casting. It is. It says LV213A, so this is an updated casting. I think they wanted to redo it. You also know the history. This is the Prince Skyline that took on, was it a Porsche Carrera, I believe? And was ahead for a while, ended up finishing second, but gave the Porsche a run for its money. And in the process of showing and surprising, created a cajillion Japanese car racing fans. And so this is a legacy car. So Hot Wheels did theirs in Japan Historics. We haven't seen it since, have we? We haven't seen a version of that casting. But this is Tomica Limited Vintage's version of number 39, the iconic car. You can see just like the Hot Wheels. This is an exact replica. Steelies, tape on the headlights, bright blue, number 39, the GT2 on the front in yellow, and on the back trunk. And let's see, does it have... Let's see, does it have an opening hood? It does. See if I can give you a good angle of that. That is awesome. They're doing more of these premium models that, this is number 41. Same casting, I believe. It is hard to read on these, anything. Anyway, here's number 41. In kind of a cream white with the red racing stripes, which is fabulous as well. I'm going super up close. Look at those taillights. These cars are just amazing. Let's open the hood on this. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. I am anticipating some cool Tomica Limited Vintage videos here soon. Last one, I don't know how many Acura NSXs or Honda NSXs they have done. I think they've done some with the Acura badge. I'm not totally sure, but these are Honda NSXs. So we have, what do we have? The NSX-R and just a standard NSX. The NSX is 1998. And the NSX-R is 1992. So here is the 1998 NSX. And Tomica Limited Vintage is a brand you can go way up close and you don't get a sense of like bad tampos or anything like that, where you're not doing justice to the model. I mean, look at the taillights. All right. And it also has the opening hood. They actually provide a little hook, a little piece that you can actually open, because this part opens too. And I don't know if I'm not going to pull that out, but I can't get it. But the engine is in there. And I think on the red one, there's actually a little bit of a see-through element so you can see it. But it is underneath there. I would just have to get this little pick. It's almost like a guitar pick that they've added to lift that up. But I don't have it here with me. And it's wrapped, and I like to keep it wrapped. I have one somewhere, but everything phenomenal about this one. Wheels, everything. Love the pearl white color. That is the NSX. Here is the NSX R from 1992, right? Yeah. White 5-spokes look amazing. This one, as the R, obviously it's a higher performance version of the NSX. Didn't know it needed a higher performance version, but those wheels, look at how even up close they look. They look totally real. I know I'm way up close. Tomica Limited Vintage looks good up close. My fingers don't, so I'm trying to avoid that. But here, then I'll show you. Yeah, there is kind of a see-through element. Again, if I can just open it. Anyway, it's kind of there. See that? I mean, incredible amount of detail on this. I really dig the wheels. This one, there's got to be at least 7 or 8 NSXs now of this style by Tomica Limited Vintage. All right. Is that it? Yeah. There you go. That's the May mix. You can go to japanbooster.com to pre-order. Since these are already out, I think you got to go to Japan Booster's eBay store to find these, and they restock constantly. The best play is to pre-order, and there's a certain threshold where you can get free shipping from Japan. I highly recommend it, and I always recommend grab a friend, decide what you guys want, make your order, get everything shipped for free anywhere in the world. Do it that way and pre-order so you guarantee stuff. With Ferraris coming out and everything, I think the F40 is going to come out again. You want to be ready for that. But yeah, this is a fabulous set. You guys tell me what you think. Go for a couple boring cars and tell me if you do, because I always want to hear it. The boring cars are fabulous, but this is great. We'll get June opened up here in a second too. Thanks everybody. Bye.